Good afternoon. Thank you for coming out to Staten Island today. I'm the Deputy Commissioner of Support Service for the NYPD, Robert Martinez. What you see in front of you today are the proceeds of illegal dirt bike activity within the 5 boroughs. These bikes and ATVs are a danger to the public. They are not equipped with turn signals, mirrors, or even brake lights. And this makes these vehicles impossible to register or to use legally on New York City streets or actually anywhere in New York State. This is what brings us here today. The destruction of these bikes to ensure they cannot be driven in New York City streets again and endanger the public. Each year, the NYPD crushes hundreds of these bikes at locations similar to this and are turned into recycled metal. If we do it only for the safety of pedestrians, cyclists, and motorists. But for the riders of many of these machines, they do not take the safety precautions in which they should. So we do it for their benefit as well. For those who take part in the illegal riding of these types of vehicles and bikes, the message here today is the NYPD and the communities that we care and serve will not put up with it any longer. And we will continue to be relentless in taking these bikes off the streets. Thank you. And now I'm going to turn it over to Chief McAvoy of the Staten Island Borough.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you, Commissioner Martinez. I am Deputy Chief Charles McAvoy, the Executive Officer of Patrol Borough Staten Island. Here on Staten Island and in every borough across the city, New York's finest work tirelessly to address issues that affect the quality of life of all New Yorkers. And on Staten Island, those who live and work here have the rightfully voiced concerns about the dangerous, illegal use of unregistered motorbikes on our public roads. The NYPD is listening and focusing our efforts on stopping these bikes. While officers won't chase these riders through the streets, we will be at the locations where they congregate, safely stopping them and using information to seize these bikes if illegally stored. And that's where we hope we can continue to count on the community. We are urging you to keep on calling us when you see these illegal bikes. Year to date, the NYPD has received numerous calls, and we are certainly grateful for that. In addition to public tips, we will be using technology such as cameras at locations where riding is taking place to help identify the individuals involved so officers and detectives can take enforcement action. If you have information about where they are being stored or even where they might be at a location, call your local precinct or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS, and all calls are strictly confidential. As the officers on the streets respond to community complaints, the work being done here helps ensure we can keep people safe. We are setting the tone this afternoon. Reckless riders are not welcome and certainly are not tolerated on Staten Island. And everyone can see by the destruction of these motorbikes, public safety will always be paramount for the New York City Police Department. It is scenes like this we hope serve as a wake-up call for those who will ride illegally and endanger drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians alike. As we move forward with these initiatives, we will have even safer streets. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Mayor de Blasio.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Chief. I want to thank Chief McAvoy, Commissioner Martinez for the great work they are doing. Everyone, look, we mean business. I want to be very clear. Anyone out there has an illegal dirt bike, don't even think about it, because the NYPD will find it and will crush it. It's as simple as that. We're not playing games. We want to send a message here today. that these dirt bikes do not belong in New York City. It's against the law, period. And instead of just talking about the fact it's against the law or giving a summons or anything like that, we're doing the most aggressive thing possible. We're taking the dirt bike away, and you're never going to see it again. And we've got to send a message. Why? Because these dirt bikes are dangerous. Because they can endanger the lives of the people around. Anyone in the neighborhood, a kid, a senior citizen could be in danger, let alone the person riding. We need to make clear that we're just not going to tolerate this kind of illegality, and here's a very visual way to get our point across. We also see a high correlation between those who have these illegal dirt bikes and crimes being committed, including shootings. So we're going to make clear this is not acceptable in New York City. Already, as you heard from the chief and the commissioner, hundreds of these dirt bikes have been confiscated. There's going to be more coming. And you know why? Because the community is helping us. And I want to emphasize this. We need the good people of the city to give us the information. We need people to call in those reports, because that's the best way for us to act. When we know where these bikes are being stored, that's how we get them off the streets. So everyone, we take this really, really seriously. And there are some problems that are tough to overcome, but there are other problems you can smash and you can crush, and this is one of them. So I want now to give a moment for everyone to get ready, you guys to get into positions, and then I will give the order of the day to the guys in the bulldozers who are about to do a great work of justice, and we want to thank you guys for that. Everyone get into position so you can get the shots you need to get. I'm going to give the starting order. Yeah, you want me?
Ryan.
Everybody ready?
Hold on, let me just stand my truck.
Okay, guys. Hold on, we're waiting for that. Ready? Guys, you ready?
Everybody's ready over there? Wait a minute, this guy doesn't look ready yet. Give him a moment. You don't want to miss this shot. Everyone good? All right, to the good people and the bulldozers, thank you. Justice is about to be served. Let's crush these things now. And we're getting the word out to people. No, I hear it from the office.
What do you think, Mayor?
I think that we put an exclamation point on it here. Look, these guys are doing a great job. We were just talking about hundreds and hundreds of calls from the community. People hate these things. They're loud, they're obnoxious, they're dangerous. Here's our message. We're going to get them, we're going to crush them. It's beautiful. It's actually quite a beautiful sight in its own way. So well done. Well done. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Keep on coming. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.